There we go. This should work. There we go. There we go. Hello. Guess what we're doing? You guessed it, writing. I don't know what's that. Hello, Solar. Welcome to the stream. I'm kind of bored of, well, Among Us, if anything. And figured I'd give you a glimpse of what my writing routine would look like. Anyway. Alright. Oh, come on. I hate it when it does this. Come on, computer. You can do it. There. Now it's fixed. Alrighty. Here, let's see. Chat box. I should have done this a bit ago. Okay, I think that should work. Yeah, I am writing. It's technically supposed to be for my anniversary, but I'm weird. Close enough. Let's go with that. Anyway, so yeah, this is, though specifically this is something I'm typing up for me and my boyfriend, even though he's not super into MLP. Technically, I don't know how to put it. Sorry, I'm clearing my notifications. Thank you, Solar. It was on the 26th. So, yeah. But I do appreciate it. 2 years. Doesn't feel like it's been that long. Okay, so. Okay. So. This one I don't know what to do with. Because I'm waiting on Ellie. Mostly. Let's see, what else do I got in my docs? Oh yeah, I wanted to introduce a new character. Technically. Yeah, I guess we could work on some VA scripts too. Oh yeah, that's right. I was also gonna type up some Mona Jones. That title. Okay. Where is Mona Jones? Can never find anything in here. There it is. Oh yes. Oh, please tell me I have it in here. Oh yes, I do. Y'all are about to see my children. Also, yes, I do warn you, if we do go into... Oh, okay. Can I ask a funny question? Have you heard of Skippy the Toilet? I think so. I've heard of Skip-Bottom-Dada. I've heard of that. But... yeah. This one isn't as worn out, but... that is child technically 2, but this is child number 1. And I really should probably burn this. Because... it's falling apart. Yeah, I really need to finish typing up the things in here. Oh boy, I'm scared. Quick question. Would I get copyrighted? Because I don't want to take any chances. So... I'm gonna fix the chat. It's bugging me. Okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm scared. Oh, wrong tab. I think. Nope, that is the right tab. I just have a lot of tabs open. Oh, right. Okay, come on. Why? Oh my gosh. I think I need to reset my computer because it keeps... What am I looking at? Solar, what have you done to me? But seriously, it keeps, instead of using Google, even though I have it as my search engine, it keeps pulling up Bing. Why? Oh, that's... I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh, Call, that is terrifying. Okay, can I scroll? I don't want to...
This is the first critical rager of the year. All the kids are doing it.
Scroll.
Lisa Frankenstein,
Scroll,
rated PG-13, now playing only in theaters.
Thank you. I'm scared.
What the heck is...
Okay then. Amber, come here, baby. Come here, baby. Up, 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 up. Come on, I need you to do your job. Up, up. I know, you're stretching. Up, up. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, come say hi. Come here, not under the table. Watch your head. There you go. Up, up. Here, let's... Alright, up, up. Say hello to Amber, everyone. What's up? Sorry about that, guys. My dad just popped up. Say hello, Amber. Come here. Mama needs some support. Good girl.
Going on you,
Skibbity dum dum dum, yes yes. Skibbity dum dum dim dim. Skibbity dum dum dum, yes yes. Skibbity dum dum dim dim.
What the heck is going on you,
Is it copyrighted or is my audio going? Yeah, my audio's going. I don't care, antivirus. There we go. Where did it go? There it is. Is it just not? Oh, God. What is?
What the heck is going on?
That's what I'm asking. Yes, I know, baby. Why? 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 Why would someone do this? Oh, Cal. Why? Just why? Oh, Cal! That was terrifying! Ah. Okay, you can go now, doggy.
At Shutterstock, we know you have creating to do.
Solar, what have you
A story,
done to me?
a campaign, something to impress.
That's gonna haunt my nightmares. Ah. Okay. Yes, I know, baby. Okay, let me think. Well, thing is, I need to publish this one before Valentine's, because that's what I told myself I was going to do. And then, what you doing? What you doing? Can you boop? Yes, good girl. I know you want to play. No, you're good, Solar. I'm just easily startled. I remember one time I was at work and I called for my supervisor and he just like walked up behind me or said something and I just freaked out. It was hilarious. Oh, speaking of that, I actually got to meet someone today who's actually well known in my church's community. I always forget which one it was. I do have a picture, but I'm checking the picture because I'm very self-conscious about showing people where I work. Also, I am like I'm in half of the frame. But it was really cool. I got to meet Steven. And I'm terrible with the names. Steven and Whitney. No. Funny, but no. So I'm gonna just this is so weird. So this is Whitney, I believe, and this is her husband Steven. Again, I'm sorry if I'm getting the names wrong. And then that was a funny zoom in. Yeah, this is the best you're getting. This is me. But yeah, I didn't realize they were the Studio C couple for a minute. And yeah. And then I was like, she looks a lot like Whitney. Or no, wait, Mallory's the I need to get my people straight. Where's my cord? Oh. My computer is dying. Bear with me, chat. Yeah, but I didn't realize it was her at first, and then I turned to look at Steven. And lo and behold, I was like, hey, you guys are from Studio C. And it was actually a lot more casual than when I met Stacy. Of course, I remember Stacy's name. Yeah, but it was a really good moment of my day, so. I'm sidetracking. Okay. So let me think. Is there a way to turn on... Oh, I should probably close Audacity. Come on. Is there a way to turn on, like, audio? I don't know. Okay, back into it. Excuse me. Yeah, this one still needs a little polishing. Anyway, let's open, well, I'm gonna save these for Ellie. I would love to entertain her. Oh crap, what's going on with my chair? Okay. So. I still need to come up with names for the characters. Literally, like, sometimes I'll just have name or, like, I remember for my Cutie Mark Origins, it's 12, so the eldest was eldest, second is second, middle sibling is middle, and then the second brother is just brother. And, oh, I still need to fix that note. I think I spelled it right. Anyway, let's just jump into this, I guess. Okay. Thing is, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. I still don't know if I should make this second or first person. I always get those mixed up. And I'm a writer. I'm paranoid I'm gonna miss messages in chat now. Because apparently Slay was sending things in the chat last stream. What was I doing? Oh, that's right. Okay. I don't know if many people really remember though, but I actually did a reading of this story a long time ago. But that was this version. This is this version. It's probably going to be changed a lot, especially since, you know, Script was friends with the main six, including Twilight. Oh god, my early stuff is not great, but, you know, we all start somewhere. Alright. Script stood jaw-dropped, not sure if she heard them correctly. When her senses had returned to her, she found ponies surrounding her, cheering as the judge beside her handed her a first-place ribbon. A large smile grew on her face. Before she could register anything else, the judge ushered her in front of a camera for the award photo. The camera flashed. Every pony was cheering for Script. Her family stood beside her in the photo, wearing her first-place ribbon with wearing her first-place ribbon with pride. Her dad ruffled her mane. A large smile grew on her mother's... I'm gonna flag that. Because that needs some rewording. Alright, her dad ruffled her mane. A large smile... Because it sounds wrong. It sounds wrong. What happened to the music? There we go. What the? You know what? Yeah, let's just keep the music off. I mean, I'm all for. I need to find a good soundtrack for streaming. I just don't like general beats. Why is my camera yellow again? Is it my lighting or something? There we go. Slightly concerning. Okay. Script, she exclaimed. You got your cutie mark. Script turned to her flick. Script turned to her flank as her smile grew even wider. There was her cutie mark, a book and quill representing her love for writing. Script bounced up and down in excitement. This was the best day of her life. She was so happy that nothing could ruin this moment. She was starting to worry she would be the last pony in her class to earn a cutie mark. She was nearly 12 now. Her siblings surrounded her for a hug. Congrats, sis, Portrait said with a smile. Script just smiled as everyone surrounded her for a group hug. Script placed the ribbon on her wall, smiling. She felt proud of her achievement. Script heard a knock on the door, pulling her out of her thoughts. Script turned to find her mother walking in. Script, sweetie, it's time for bed. Why can't I read? You've got school in the morning. You should get some rest, she said. But, Mommy, I'm too excited. Get more work for Ellie. Oh, go. Kraft Singer just let out English. Excuse me. Kraft just let out. Oh. All right. Okay then. Felt like a cat just now. Oh, yep, that's a spelling error. Kraft let out a chuckle in response. I know, darling, but it's a school night. Now off to bed. Oh, this is my favorite part in the whole book so far. Script folded her hubs and put on a pout. Kraft just ushered her daughter to bed and tucked her in. Script's dad, Name, walked in to tell his daughter goodnight, and gave her a hug and kiss. All right, lights out, honey, Name said, as he turned off Script's lamp. Script snuggled into her bed, curling up as she shut her eyes as her parents walked out of the room. When she had left, she peeked to see if they were gone. Once the coast was clear, she reached into the drawer of her nightstand and pulled out a flashlight. She grabbed her notebook that was still in the nightstand and began to write. This always makes me smile. Excuse me. Oh, my back. Oh, my back. Oh, my back. The door suddenly creaked open. Script gave her parents a sheepish smile as she tried to hide the evidence of her mischief. Name smiled and let out a chuckle. Frickin' chicken nugget fluff. Is there a ghost in here or something? Everyone's falling. Neem smiled and let out a chuckle. 5 more minutes, Script. Script hoof bumped and turned on her lamp as her father walked into the room, sitting at her desk as she began to go into her little world. Okay. I do warn you all for this part. It's not... Again, this is just like the first draft, so it's not perfect. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, like, I think it's not even completely finished in some parts. I don't know. Oh, that's too far. Oh, that's too far. There we are. Hours had passed, and Script finally went to sleep. Once it started raining, she began to settle down. Suddenly, there was a loud boom. Script jolted awake, but quickly went back to sleep after realizing it was nothing. But after a few minutes, she could smell smoke. She got out of bed, still slightly groggy, but was quickly growing concerned. What? I don't care if my Fitbit's low. Not at the moment, at least. Oh, excuse me. She turned around, rushing to her door to try... I'm gonna flag that. Come on. Rushing to her door to try to escape. She opened the door, allowing the smoke and heat to burst in. She let out a cough and collapsed to the ground, the heat breaking the window. Script's eyes slowly shut-closed. Portrait stared in horror as she watched Script's window burst into pieces. Her sister was still in there. She had to go and save her. She turned to her brother, Second. I'm going in to save Script. Send help. Send help if I don't come right back out. Second nodded. Portrait took off, flying towards the balcony that led into Script's bedroom, rushing inside. She immediately found her sister on the floor. Script! She yelled, rushing over to her. Can you hear me? Script was unresponsive. Portrait grabbed her sister, placing her on the back, and rushed over to the window, but the ceiling began to collapse. She barely dodged it, jumping out of the way. Portrait examined her surroundings, finding no way out. There has to be a way out of here, Portrait thought to herself. I'm not going to let her die here. Suddenly, the door burst open, revealing Second wearing a mask. I came to help, he said, walking up to his sister, wrapping his hoof around the 2 ponies. But Portrait stopped him. You take Script. I gotta find Mom and Dad. Are you sure? Second asked. Suddenly, a large explosion ignited from one of the rooms. We don't have time for this. Just get her to safety. Second took off the mask, handing it to his sister. At least take this, he said before igniting his horn. I don't want you to die from smoke inhalation. Oh, that's a typo. Oh, that is also a typo. There we go. That's better. Okay. Portrait turned around, finding a small gap she could fit through that led to her parents' room, near where the explosion was. She rushed over to the door, bucking it down. Mom! Dad! Where are you? She yelled. She searched everywhere, but couldn't find them. She tried to fly down the stairs, but was at risk of burning her wings, so she just jumped off the railing. She stopped dead in her tracks at what she saw. She stood before her parents, buried in the rubble of the main room. No, she muttered in horror. She stood there for what felt like an eternity before she heard someone bucking down one of the doors. What you sniffing at? Hey, what you doing? What you doing? Silly doggy. The door broke into splinters, revealing her sister, Middle. "We have to get out of here. Where's Mom and Dad?" she asked, yelling over the flames. Portrait just stood still, refusing to move, just staring at the two corpses. Middle walked over to where she was standing, spotting the bodies, and let out a shocked gasp. Before they could do anything, two ponies burst into the house wearing fire gear. "Fillies, we have to get you guys out of here," one said, walking over to the two ponies. "We can't leave them here," Middle said. "We have to save them." "We can take it from here. Let us do our job, please," the other said, ushering them out of the house. Why does it keep doing that? Bunch of messages keep popping up. Oh, that's Discord. I didn't mean to open Discord. There we go. Script woke up in a hospital bed, hearing a heart monitor beeping. She opened her eyes, finding an oxygen mask on her face. She turned to her side. Her sister Portrait asleep beside her, a book falling out of her grasp. She shuffled around the uncomfortable sheets, causing Portrait to open her eyes. "Script!" she said, nearly jumping out of her seat. "Thank goodness you're okay. I was worried you wouldn't wake up." What happened?" Script rasped. Portrait's eyes... What? Eyes folded back? Okay, then. Portrait's ears folded back. "There was a fire," she said plainly. "You were out for a few days." Script thought for a moment, trying to piece things together. "Where's Mom and Dad?" Tears formed in Portrait's eyes, unable to hold it together any longer. She threw herself around her sister, hugging her tightly as she sobbed. They're gone." "What do you mean?" "They were crushed in the fire." Script's eyes grew wide as she realized what her sister had said. "No, it can't be." Script thought aloud. "You're lying." Portrait pulled herself away to look at her sister in the eyes. "Script, they're gone," she said. "We can't change that." Script just stared at her eldest sister and let out a wail in despair. Again, it's not my best work, but yeah, I need to work on it a bit more. Ooh, my back! Oh, everything is pain. Oh, that hurt. Oh, God. Ugh. A few days had passed, and Script made a full recovery. She was able to leave Ponyville Hospital within a few days. Her sister agreed to let her move in with her since she was still a minor and had nowhere else to go. Script lay awake in bed deep in thought, wondering what could have happened if her sister hadn't saved her. She could have had the same fate as her parents, or even worse, just die from the smoke inhalation. Eventually, her thoughts stopped, and her body became exhausted. She quickly fell asleep. Tomorrow was going to be the worst day of her life. I hope it didn't show that. Oh, you playing with your rope? Come here. Do you want to go under? Under? Come on, under. It's okay. Go under. It's okay. You're okay. Okay, you don't have to. I got your toy. I got your toy. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear her right now, but... Arr, 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 arr. Oh, come on. You don't growl when I try to show people. Get it. Get it. Not my hand. Arr, 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 arr. 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 Stop getting my hand, you crazy dog. Go get it. Alright, where were we? Script stared at her parents in their caskets. She couldn't look at them for very long before turning away and began to sob into her sister's coat. Portia just comforted her, rubbing her back. Eventually, it was time for the burial. Script and her siblings watched as their parents were lowered into the ground. Afterward, each sibling put flowers into the hole. They all cried as they watched the holes fill with dirt. They all stayed after every pony left, grieving as a family. The day after the funeral, Script and her siblings went to the remains of their once beautiful home to gather the remains of their belongings. Script walked into her room, staring at the black, crumbling walls falling apart. She saw a photo on the floor, a portrait of her family together, but was burnt beyond recognition. She remembered... Suddenly, she remembered the precious stories she had written over the years, rushing over to her closet, praying they weren't touched. But her heart dropped at the sight she saw. The only thing that remained was a burnt box of ash. She sat on the floor and began to sob. She heard the clopping of hooves entering the room. She turned, finding Portrait walking in. She rushed up to her elder sister and burst into tears. Her sister comforted her, wrapping her wings around her. "It's all gone," Script sobbed. "Why does this have to happen to us?" Portia just rubbed her sister's back to comfort her. And then I think I was going to add something there, but... Come on. There we go. Why do I always make that mistake? Okay, let's just come back to that in a minute or something. No. That's all I got for now for that scene. Alright, Script walked into her new room, feeling lost in some way. This was her new home. She had nowhere else to go, but she would rather have a roof over her head than live on the streets. Portrait helped her bring in the boxes of the few belongings she had left, placing them on the floor. She noticed Script feeling unsettled. "What's wrong?" she asked. "It just feels so wrong," Script replied. "We should still be a family." Portrait sat the box she held. Portrait sat the box she held down and walked over to her sister, putting a comforting wing around her. "We are still a family, Script." Script turned to her sister with tears in her eyes. "No, we're not. It's not the same without Mom and Dad." That's a typo. I don't care, antivirus. Go away, thank you. Portrait just hugged Script tighter. "We have to make do with what we got, sis. That's all we can really do right now." "I suppose you're right," Script sighed. "Thanks for letting me and brother move in." "It's all right. I mean, you guys are all I have now, besides Blue Blinding." Portrait had been engaged to Blue Binding for a while now, and was getting ready for the wedding ceremony in a few days. She was quite nervous, but she knew that she wanted to spend her life with them. And that's all I got written up so far. Oh boy, it needs a lot of work. Alright. Let's see, where are the errors? Okay. I think I need to give Portrait some more development before I can start her story. Oh, my back. I'm just checking something. Yeah, that's what I thought. I need to figure out how to fix that. Oh well. Ah, yes. My mortal enemy. The thing is, I want to write more backstory for Script and her family, but I don't know how. Need Abby's help. Or Ellie, whoever she is. How long have... Oh, we've been streaming for almost an hour. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and close that tab. Yeah, let's do Mona Jones a different day. I don't know what I'm doing. Doo-da, doo-da. Okay. Running out of things to do. sour. So, let me see if I can show this. No, I can't. It's basically the old Twitter logo, and my friend just said, "Is it just me, or does the guy doing the hugging look like the old Twitter logo?" Wait. Oh. Huh? I don't understand now. I'm confused. Owie. I don't know what to do. What do you think, chat? What should I do? I want to react to something, but I don't know if I'll get copyrighted or whatever. Oh, that's the rope I'm hearing. Meep. Let's see, is anyone besides Club Penguin? You know what? Let's play some Club Penguin. Nah. I don't know. Let me see if my boyfriend's in chat. Oh, excuse me. I doubt anyone's in a party because I didn't get a notification, but then again, who knows? Okay, that's the party from yesterday. Oh, he's probably still at D&D. Let me check. I forget he has that. People would think I know my boyfriend's schedule if I track him. I didn't mean that in a creepy way. I just realized that. To be fair, he stalks me too. In a good way. That sounds so wrong. Where are they? Ah! He's over there. Oh, excuse me. Oh, oops. You know what? I wanted to be a surprise, actually. I know what I'm gonna do. No, I don't. No, I'm not gonna risk it. It's already 9:19. Oh, wrong one. There it is. Oh my back. Alright, what am I doing? What am I doing? You know what? There was something on my Twitter that gave me an idea for something. What was it? Hi, dog. Secretly working with the killer. Okay, so... Alright, your birth month is your horror movie trope. August is secretly working with the killer. I need to come up with a prompt for that. Maybe some other time. I don't know what to do. You know what? Where is it? No, we might need that actually. There's the rewrites. What's that? Oh, I need to remove that. Then again, I kind of want to keep it for the memories. Oh well. Alright, where are you? Here he is. You know what? I will be right back, guys. I need to use the bathroom. And I'm back. Amber! Amber? Come on. Ugh. Okay. Oh. Oh, nope. No, I need to find the actual doc. Do I though? Apple. What are you doing? What are you doing? Alrighty. Been a while since I've touched this. Okay, completed, in progress. Here we go. Quit stalling script. Twilight went home the moment she... Okay, let me... Okay, so... Helping with Flurry Heart. Oh, that's right. I need to rewrite this whole chapter. Oh, boy. Ellie, why? I love you, but why? Oh, why do I keep opening Discord? What the heck? Speaking of this, what is everybody saying in the server? Nope, that's my art folder. That's my writing folder. There it is, projects. Alright. So, chapter 1 is basically the main 6 helping with watching Flurry. Then chapter 2 is the sleepover. Chapter 3 is revealing the changelings are back. Oh yeah, heads up. This is going to be possible spoilers for my series. Chapter 4. Okay, let's skim this. So... Chrysalis comes and confronts Shining Armor and tortures him. Woo. I don't know why I did that. Alright, wait. What did... Oh, that's right. Because Chrysalis attacked her in the end of the chapter. Okay, so chapter 4 was basically figuring out a plan. And then 5 is them failing. And then, is this... Excuse me. This is him. Excuse me, her. Oh, wait. Let's read over this chapter just in case. Alright. Twilight could hear faint voices. She had been asleep for a while, trying to clear her mind of the pain she was feeling. Stay with us. Hang in there. Twilight weakly opened her eyes. She stared at her brother, who was on another bed a few feet away from her. Flash lying on another bed beside him. Spike was sitting beside Rarity with tears in his eyes. Twilight slowly got up as she let out a groan, processing what was the last thing she remembered. We're losing them! Twilight jerked her head, eyes growing wide. She turned her head in the direction of the voice and saw a crowd of medical ponies. Over the clamor of voices, she heard the sound of her heart monitors beeping rapidly. What's going on? Twilight uttered. She tried to walk toward the crowd of medical ponies, swaying slightly, but only managed to see some pony's head for a moment until... No. I don't know what that was either. Okay. Her eyes grew wide as she realized it was her friends on the tables. She was about to walk up to her friends when she felt some pony put a hoof on her shoulder, and she looked up to find Celestia there, Spike at her side. Come with me, Celestia said quietly. Twilight walked outside the room with the dragon and Alicorn, shutting the door behind her. She tried to block out the conversation in the other room. What's going on? Twilight asked, turning to Celestia. What's wrong with every pony? Celestia hung her head. Chrysalis. Celestia didn't need to finish her sentence. Twilight knew what Chrysalis did to them. She hurt them really bad, Spike added. But the medics will be able to save them, right? Twilight asked. Celestia and Spike stayed silent. The sound of a flat line in the other room answered Twilight's question. They both hung their heads. Girls! Twilight burst into the room and ran towards the table. The medic ponies were spread out and hung their heads, causing Twilight to stop dead in her tracks. They were too late. She looked at the one medic who remained standing over her friend, Flash Sentry. The medic turned to Twilight with a look of sorrow in his eyes. Twilight walked slowly toward the table and stared at her friends, tears falling from her eyes. Princess, I'm sorry. We did our best, the pony said. Twilight glared as she gripped the sheets. You should have tried harder, she growled. There was nothing else we could do, Your Highness. She turned around to face the pony. You could have saved them! Twilight, please, Spike yelled, walking into the room. He looked at her as tears streamed down his face. The medics did their best. That's all we can ask for. Twilight stopped and turned around. She just stared at her dragon friend. She knew he meant well, but it still hurt. Twilight burst out of the room, crying. Spike hung his head. Did I say something wrong? He asked. Celestia put a hoof on his shoulder. You did nothing wrong, Spike. Twilight has just suffered a big loss. We all have. Celestia put the young Drake into a hug to comfort him. I'll go talk to her. Spike nodded at his head as Celestia walked out of the room. Twilight sat outside in the rain, sobbing. As she cried, Celestia sat beside her, putting her hoof on her shoulder. I know this is hard for you, she said. Twilight stared at her with tears in her eyes. They were my friends, Twilight cried. I loved them. They were my everything. It's time to say goodbye, Twilight. Twilight stared at her former mentor. But, Twilight stuttered, I don't want to say goodbye. They're my friends. We must let go of some things in our lives. I know it's hard, but it's the truth. Twilight looked away. This was all my fault. They died because of me. Flash's face came to the forefront of her mind. Flash, she whispered, died trying to protect you and your sister. Celestia finished her sentence. He was a part of the royal guard. It was his duty. Twilight hung her head and shut her eyes. But I love him, Twilight muttered. I wanted to be with him. Twilight opened her eyes and looked at Celestia. He and my friends weren't even middle-aged. Twilight sparkle, Celestia uttered as she stood up, spreading her wings. Twilight stared into her eyes, feeling small in comparison with Celestia's height. I understand the loss of your friends was very hard for you, as was for me on losing such good ponies of Equestria. But we must let go before any more harm can be done. Do you understand? Twilight hung her head. Do you understand? Celestia repeated. Yes, Princess. Celestia put her ring around her as they walked back inside. The medics were already moving the dead bodies into another room to prepare them for burial. The only one that remained alive was her brother. Shining Armor was very brave, trying to help save you and the others. Twilight looked at her brother, still unconscious. Twilight walked up to her brother's... She walked up to her brother's side, watching his slow breaths. She stared at him with anger for what he did, but regardless of how much anger she felt towards him, she still loved her brother. How could you, Shining? Twilight thought. How could you do this to my friends and me? A few hours passed. Twilight lay in her bed, trying to get some sleep, but to no avail. So many thoughts were running through her mind, and none of them welcomed. She sighed and turned over, hoping to stop the memories and thoughts from continuing. As she struggled, Celestia and Luna were talking in the other room. Making a mental note. As she struggled, Celestia and Luna were talking in the other room. They had thought she had fallen asleep. Chrysalis is far stronger than the last time we faced her, Luna said. Her magic has changed somehow. What have you learned from the spell she cast on Twilight? Celestia asked. Chains of Madness. When cast, it causes the victim to have vivid hallucinations. It seems to have been cast on her element. Not much is known about the spell. I was lucky to find it in the Forbidden Library. Can you stop it? Luna let out a sigh. That is something I did consider, but the level of this dark magic is so strong that there is a chance that it will put her life on the line. It's still inside of her and is part of her, so it's connected in a way to her soul. I can try to slow down the spell, but it can't be stopped. We must figure out a way to stop it. We must. The best thing we can do for her right now is to try and help her. Tears fell out of Twilight's eyes as she listened to the princesses. A few days had passed and the day of the funeral came. It was one of the worst days of Twilight's life. It was the day she had to say goodbye to her friends. Tears fell from her eyes as she watched the coffins being walked over to their graves. All of her friends had been given their own colored coffins. They were slowly lowered into the ground. Twilight put a flower in each of them and left notes for each of them. She slowly put each note into each hole and watched them fill up with dirt. She walked back over to her friends' graves where they had all been filled. Thanks a lot, girls, for everything, she whispered. She walked over to Flash's grave. leaving a small bouquet of roses on top of his grave. She kissed her hoof and put it on the gravestone. "I love you," she said before walking away from the graves, sobbing as the rain poured down her mane. Cadence put her... Stupid antivirus! Cadence walked up beside her as she put her wing around her and brought her close. "Sorry Shining Armor couldn't make it. He's still recovering from the battle," Cadence said. Twilight only hung her head. "How could Shining Armor do this to me?" Twilight whispered. She had She had felt many things at this moment, but the most prevalent feeling was that of betrayal. The betrayal of her brother. Okay. I really want to start getting serious about rewriting Cold again. Hint, hint, Ellie. I'm just kidding. Speaking of her, I wonder if she's doing okay. It says she's at her house. Okay. Okay, Twilight went home the moment she could. She hadn't been the same since the day she lost her friends. You know what? What? Oh, I don't think it loaded. Oops. Doggy? There you are. It's starting to get late, and I forgot I had rehearsal tomorrow. So I'm probably gonna have to end the stream here. Let me see if I can figure this out. You know what? Let's do this. All right. I want to see something. Oh well. Oh. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. Alrighty, I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. Thank y'all for watching, and until next time, see you later. Bye!